Well, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, the Generation X proudly brings to you is WW. My bad. I just had a brain fart there. Hey, what's going on, people? Yeah, to be the man, you gotta beat the man. What's going on, people, ladies and gentlemen? As you already know, it is Tuesday. So, what does that mean for Tuesday? It is your annual, weekly People's Champs, AFN Heavy Hitters coming to you live. Your boy, the sixth man himself, your boy KStylzz in the building, as on the stage left today, playing point guard, the mad scientist himself, Mad Mike Sports,
Hey, I'm about
from
to JC that.
downtown.
I'm about to dunk on y'all. About to JC that
thing. And down there at the below here, we got the two guard. We got the shooting guard today. Your boy, the minister, Jew, Talk, Sports. What's going on, people? I know y'all ain't used to the basketball analysis intro. I tried something different today. And I'm the power forward of the group. So y'all already know. Don't bring that shit down here. What's going on, fellas, man? How we doing this evening, man?
I'm gravy, baby.
It's gravy. Well, so since we are doing good today, you already know what time it is. Before we go ahead and get started, let's go ahead and give them that. Give them that. What? What do we normally give them before we start the show? Who? Roll call.
Y'all like that though? How I did that Lee's the Boom?
He said you see how what a rush. But as you know, man, we always got to shout the people out before we start the show, because at the end of the day, AFN is not just about us; it's about y'all that watches us on a weekly or daily basis, because we damn near live every day. So appreciate the love. We got Joseph Thornton, we got Noah Tedell. Y'all make sure y'all show him some love. We got Jamarius, 58 Gilliam. We got Fred Butts. We got Isaac Crimes. We got Raheem DeVille. We got Kind Equation Arts. We got The Nation. Jerry Bowie. We got Asia Green. She is one of the queens of the Ghostbusters. So is Noah. So y'all better be on your best behavior. Because once I start singing the song, you ain't know what time it is. We got Blizz 818. We got Michael Walker. We got Andrew G. Low Ski. Hey, we got Devon in the building. Cookie by Nature. Poe DTV. We got Jack Savage. We got Asikbo Basie. We got Sean Corleone. JC 730. We got crazy folks. And we all crazy as hell. So we can definitely relate to that. We got ATM 534, and I'm gonna go ahead and get a few more in. We got Brandon Kahuna, King Quest 710, Bridget Kelsey, ATL Leo, and Ultra Shadow 97, as well as Pat Norris. So let's go ahead and get into the show tonight. Hey, Mike, what we got for the people tonight? How we gonna start this thing? I'm bob off.
You want to just get into these keys first? Or you want?
Oh man, let's definitely get into these.
All right, let's get into keys. Yeah, let's do that. Because yeah, we got something to say about somebody real soon, but that's coming up.
Okay, we're gonna say that. We're gonna say that for later. Okay. 3 keys to victory, as we already know. Falcons 5-7. Panthers, pretty much the same record. division game, so it's not a guarantee anything. But for the Falcons' sake, every game from here on out is a must-win game if you're thinking about playoffs. If we remember from the last game, Panthers ran the ball for 203 yards against our defense. Tyler Davidson. But as we already know, if y'all haven't heard already, they just fired their OC, Joe Brady, aka the guru from LSU. So we don't know how that's gonna go. And we know we're gonna be facing Cam Newton, and we already know how certain Falcon fans gonna feel about this game. Boy, they're gonna be cheering for Cam Newton, but we ain't worried about them. Damn them. So now we're gonna set up for these 3 keys, and I'm gonna go ahead and I got the rebound. I'm gonna go ahead and kick it out to the point guard himself, Mad Mike Sports. Would you go ahead and lead this fast break off?
Well, Carolina. We're going against Carolina. So there's been a lot of confusion as far as that quarterback's position is concerned. So for the Atlanta Falcons to come out with this W, one thing they would have to focus on, and I've been absolutely disappointed in our edge play lately. It's not allowing our inside guys to, like Grady Jarrett, to be able to kind of do what they want to do because they're getting doubled, tripled at a time. Anthony Rush, that other guy, number 96, he hasn't been doing much of anything and provided anything in pass rush. So you've seen guys like Marlon Davidson being able to step up, and he got a pick 6 on Tom Brady. So I'm going to say the edge rushers got to do a better job. They've been absolutely terrible these last few games. They got 1 hit, but again, like I said before, yesterday, when you playing against a Tom Brady or a team that likes to run a lot of pick plays, that takes away the edge rushers. So I expect them to kind of do some type of repeat of that. And if they don't, that'd be a huge mistake by the Panthers. I would suggest them come out and do the same thing. So what I'm saying, the inside guys got to do their thing. And I'm not talking about Grady Jarrett. I'm talking about guys, Anthony Rush, Marlon Davidson. Whenever Bullard, when he comes back, they got to do a better job of getting penetration up the middle. Because for the most part, we have had issues with the edge rushers having any type of pressure. They're not getting any type of pressure. And 2, I'm going to stay with the edge rushers, but for a different reason. And I've talked about it. It actually makes me upset when I say this, is that you're not rushing with IQ, right? You're using moves that's not going to get you there. Why the hell are you doing these jumping jacks going around Tom Brady the long way when he's not going to take a 5-step drop? He's not going to take a 5-step. Why the hell are you going all the way around to try to loop around and get to Tom Brady? That's not getting you anywhere. So you got to rush with some IQ. Stop using all these damn, these spin moves and, uppercuts and all this crazy shit you doing. Like, why are you using those moves? That's not going to get you to Tom Brady. You need to use a couple of moves. A bull rush, rip move, and that's it. Rip move and a bull rush. Get straight to get it straight.
So what you telling me is it sounds like he holds low kick for 5 seconds to do the Luke Cage bicycle kick to get to Tom Brady.
That's like, bro. It's look. Use a swim move. Use basic move. That's not going to take up a lot of time. It's a huge array of moves that you can do. But when you use all these, these long looping. They take the long route to get to the quarterback, and that's not going to get to a guy like Tom Brady. You got to use some, pass rushing IQ. One of the best pass rushers of all time, two of the best pass rushers of all time. All right, and you guys when I say this, y'all gonna be like, yeah, I see what you're saying now. It is Michael Strahan. Dude wasn't fast at all. That dude was not fast. He didn't have a long list of moves. All he did was rip. Bull rush, got to the quarterback. Reggie White, rip, bull rush, get to the quarterback. It's simple. When you're doing all these crazy moves, it's like you're prolonging the process. Quarterbacks these days are taught to get rid of the ball within 2 to 3 seconds. So when you're doing all these, you're going a long route around the quarterback, around the tackle, you're prolonging the process. Falcons need instant pressure. And that's what I'm saying. They're not rushing the passer with IQ. And the third one, catch the damn ball. And I'm talking about everybody, not just Eric Harris. Everybody, catch the damn ball, okay? Receivers, catch the damn ball. Tight ends, catch the damn ball. Running backs, catch the damn ball. Safeties, catch the damn ball. Corners, catch the damn ball. We had way too many opportunities in last 3 games to get a win, to make plays, and keep the ball in your hand, and we're just not doing it. So that's it. Run up some IQ, get out of the quarterback, and catch the damn ball.
That makes sense. I like that. All right, man. So we gonna go ahead, Mike. Who you gonna pass that rock to? We'll go ahead and go next. This is a play. This is a play.
I don't know, man. Look, I'm a Kobe Bryant, so I don't like passing balls. Y'all gonna have to.
Well, your ass gonna get benched. Your ass gonna get benched on this team.
I ain't passing this shit to nobody. Who on it? Who on it? You got to throw your hand up.
Shit, pass it down. pass it down here to the low block.
The low block
right here.
KStylzz, you go here.
Get that post move going. Hey man, hey. So
okay, I'm gonna space the floor for you. Go ahead and back me down.
Hey, make sure you space it now, because I'm be looking for you.
I'm gonna space the floor out.
I'm about look. I'm about to I'm trying to get the defense to come in.
There you go.
So you can get that jump shot going.
I'm gonna sit here like D Fisher. You back him down in the paint like Shaq. I'm just gonna wait for the open 3.
Okay. and like I said, R.I.P. to Kobe Bryant.
Yes, sir.
The greatest players of all time. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. But yeah, 3 keys to victory here against Carolina. There was a couple things that I saw kind of catching, kind of like the replay on it. First thing is you're gonna do is run the damn ball. Establish the run. Establish dominance. You must do that. This is the time of the year where the running game must be key. Lead with the running game. Lead with the physicality. Because what you want to do is you want to make those linebackers think. As we know, Stephon Gilmore is going to be guarding Kyle Pitts again. So we're going to have to get some more creativity in this offense, and we got to use the running game to get that creativity, which means offensive line, you got to hold up. I like what I saw from Keith Smith last week. He helped lead through some holes, and he was hitting linebackers. We need that again. My second key is linebacker. And it kind of saw something last week against Tampa Bay. There was one thing that I did see, and I kind of saw, and it's kind of going to what Mike's saying with IQ, and it's the linebackers, it's the safeties. Hold your damn responsibilities, because as we know, Cam is unpredictable. We don't know what we're gonna get. So, hold your responsibilities, because I did kind of see Debo kind of play on a couple plays where his head wasn't in the game and he blew assignments. We saw Eric Harris blow a few assignments too. So defense gonna have to keep their heads in the game. Do not give up the big play, because this is the one thing about Cam Newton that we as Falcon fans have seen for years. He wants the big plays. That's what he wants. So continue to prevent big plays. Third, and the most important key of all, you gotta score touchdowns. You gotta finish drives. If you don't finish drives and keep Carolina in this game scoring 3 points, like I said, you're going to make this game a lot tougher than what it need to be. And that has been one of the main issues we have seen all year when it came to a few games that we lost. It was drives that was long, especially last week where there was long drives, but we wasn't capitalizing with it with touchdowns. And touchdowns is not just a quarterback thing. It's everybody. Everybody has to snatch momentum. Everybody has to you gotta instill dominance. Wait a minute. Ain't hurt. My name's so that's gonna be my 3 keys. And as we got the play set up, Judah got open, they came up. There you go. Not that 3 down.
Michael doing that thing. He about to Michael doing it. Last shot, bro.
Now, who they want? Do they want Derek Fisher or do they want Robert Ory? Both of them was knockdown shooters. You know, Big Shot Bob. We used to knock him down.
You might want to throw
Big Shot Rob in there, because
I'm gonna throw Big Rob in there. I gotta go Rob.
Yeah, man, because he hit some clutch shots for the Lakers against Sacramento at the top of the key for the game. So you know, everywhere he went, San Antonio, the Lakers,
made me damn mad because of that. Because I was going for Sacramento in that series. They made
me too.
Robert Ory hit that 3. I said, "Ain't this about it?"
Yeah, he was known for knocking down the big shot. So, yeah, I'm finna go ahead and knock it down, y'all. But first key to victory in this game for our Atlanta Falcons to win this game, and KStylzz talked about it, you got to come out and set a tone like we did in this game against the Buccaneers. But this time when you come out and set that tone, you have to stay with it. I think in this last game, we did a good job coming out running the ball, but throughout the game, on that 3rd down, 3rd and 2, when they motioned out and tried to throw the ball, you have to set a tone. And you heard Jonathan Vilma saying on the telecast, like, okay, the Falcons are finna show you, Arthur Smith is finna show you what this team is made of. And he was like, oh, hold up. And they went out and flanked Keith Smith out. No, it's 3rd and 2. You came out running the ball right down the Tampa Bay Buccaneers' throat. We need to do that in this game. But in this game, you got to sustain that for how long, KStylzz? What's your favorite?
Hold on, let me put it up.
Put it up there.
Let me see. Do I still have it up here? 60 minutes.
60 minutes. You have to sustain that physicality for 60 minutes. It means nothing if you come out and you in a fight with a bully and you throw the first punch and you hit the bully. Eventually, he gonna punch back as well. So you gotta, when you gain the advantage, you gotta go at it. Like, I don't know where you guys from, but my family is from Chicago. So how they taught us is if somebody talking trash and they trying to bully you, if they go to take their jacket off, if they go take their book bag off, you hit them right in the midst of them taking their shirt off, whatever they doing. Exactly. You attack. Exactly. You don't wait. Exactly. You don't wait. And that's what I feel like our Falcons are doing. Or we like everybody hates Chris. Did y'all see? Do y'all know everybody hates Chris when he got in a fight with the bully? Mm-hmm. Anybody can hit the bully, but eventually the bully gonna fight back. He gonna eat that little jab, and then if you don't keep following up with punches, you gonna get wore out. So when you gain the advantage, you gotta put your foot on their neck, and that's what this Falcons team gotta learn. Go ahead, KStylzz.
Hold on. I was about to say because what I was taught to as well is use your environment by any means necessary. So if there's a chair nearby and you feel like you ain't got a chance, you better use that chair.
Exactly. And naturally, usually, I don't know why this is, but normally a bully is bigger than you. So what they call it in Chicago is the equalizer. If you got to pick up a brick, a stick, whatever you got to do to equal out the size, do what you got to do. And that's what I feel with this Falcons team. Do what you got to do. In this game, last game against the Bucs, you came out running. You hit the bully in the mouth. You had 2 big runs. Cordell Patterson broke off like a 50-yard run. Right? They took him out the game, and they brought in Mike Davis. He came right in the game and scored a touchdown, broke off like a 25 to 30-yard touchdown run. And he hit the hole. Like I hadn't seen him hit the hole that hard all season. Like I felt like a proud dad when you watching your son and you coaching them, you tell them, do this, and they don't do it. And then when they finally listen, it's like he was surprised he broke through. That little crease was there, and he actually hit it and kept going. He didn't do no dancing. He went north and south. And when he hit the hole where he was supposed to hit the hole, that little crease was there, and he hit it going 100 miles an hour. That's what we got to do in this game. We got in this game, you got to hit the hole hard. You got to come out in this game, and you got to punch the bully in the mouth, but you got to follow up. Like, you can't just punch him and then think that he's not going to punch back. That's why he a bully. Like, you got to come out and establish dominance. In the last game, we got bullied by Carolina. So in this game, you got to come out swinging. That's just the bottom line. You got, like we said, there's no tomorrow. KStylzz said it when the show started. Every game from now on for the Falcons is a playoff game if they want to make the playoffs. So this is no tomorrow because the Panthers has already beat you. So they own the tiebreaker right now. So you have to even out the playing field. So basically, the bully beat you up on Monday. And on Tuesday, if you want to keep your lunch money, you got to do something about it. And in this game, I don't care what the Falcons got to do. And I know I'm using a lot of analogies, but in this game, you got to just step up. Because most of the time, what happens when you fight back against a bully? Most of the time, if you fight them good enough, they don't want no more of that, especially if you picked up something and whacked them with it. They like, oh, now this dude crazy. So that's how the Falcons got to come out in this game.
They ain't trying to get hit with some damn nunchucks. Hell with that.
Exactly. Or they like, that dude crazy. Because most of the time, when it's you fooling with a bully, if you scared of the bully, my dad always said, don't mess with somebody that's scared of you because you don't know what they'll do. That momentum and that adrenaline will knock you out. So in this game, the Falcons got to come out and play with a certain type of fear, not even fear of the Panthers, but you got to come into this game with a hunger and that eye of the tiger. If you watch Rocky, they talk about the eye of the tiger. They got to come in this game with that eye of the tiger, and they got to be for 60 minutes. Like we keep saying that we haven't seen them play a complete game. In this game, you got to come out swinging. So that's my first key to victory. Come out swinging and don't get tired until they knock out. Like, I want that score. Like, remember the Titans when he said, leave no doubt? That's what I'm talking about. I don't want them to gain another yard. Like when he told them you blitz all night, when Coach Yo said you blitz all night, I don't care if they call it flash, you blitz. That's what we need in this game. We got to come out with a certain attitude. I don't know if you guys watched that 91 Falcons, the little 3-part series that they did. That's my second key to victory. Did y'all hear them talking about the defense that 11 guys to the ball? That's what this Falcons team got to do in this game against Carolina. You got to get 11 hats to the ball at all times. If there's a screen is thrown, I don't care if you Anthony Rush. Hustle. How many times have we seen Grady Jarrett hustling 10 yards down the field to make a tackle? That's what you need in this game from my Falcons on defense. It's an attitude. These guys got to get to the ball because Cam is a big guy. Deion Jones, Foyer, they're not trying to hit Cam one-on-one. Our corners, if he get on the edge, you don't, even though AJ Terrell will go hard, you don't want him to end up being by himself. We seen last year when Damontae Kazee, with all the heart that Damontae Kazee had, when he tried to go one-on-one with Zeke Elliott in the hole, what happened? Yeah. We don't want to see that again. We don't want to see that again. So in this game, bruh, we got to get all 11 hats to the ball. And if I don't see all 11 hats getting to the ball, and I'm Dean Pease because he's up in the tower, so he can see who hustling to the football, we got to get everybody hungry, everybody hustling to the football. I'm not seeing enough of that. The defense has been playing well, but in this game, in that first game against Carolina, they broke so many tackles. The running backs, Chuba Hubbard, who's not really even known as a big running back, was breaking tackles. Like in this game, you got to set a tone because Carolina is one of those teams. They're a gritty team. They've been like that for years. They're a defensive-minded team. When they had Ron Rivera, he took that same mentality to Washington, and that's the reason why Washington is winning games. A defensive, gritty team. The Panthers are a gritty team. So in this game, we know there's a rivalry. We have to get 11 hats to the football. That's my second key to victory. We got to tackle because Carolina, they're going to run the football in this game. Believe it or not, yeah, they ran for 200 that first time, but they think it's sweet. So they're going to come back with a similar game plan, especially because Cam is back. Get ready to see some quarterback powers. Get ready to see some quarterback sweeps. So we got to get prepared for one of those bloody your nose type games because this is going to be a physical game. Carolina doesn't have the ability, in my estimations, to try to spread you out and throw the ball around. Cam has never been known for his accuracy. And none of the quarterbacks on their roster, if they go with PJ Walker, he's another guy that's not known for being accurate. He's a running quarterback. So in this game, you got to prepare for the run. Both the quarterback and the running backs, you basically got to look at their quarterbacks as running backs. So that's my second key to victory is get 11 hats to the football. If you need to call Jesse Tuggle, I don't care who y'all need to bring in to talk to the team. They just talked about it in that series. It's a mindset. You got to be physical. They told a story of one of the players getting injured. I think they said he broke his tailbone or something like that, and he crawled to the football. I mean, crawled to the ball carrier just to try to be 11 to the ball. All hats to the football. So you got to have that same tenacity. The Falcons got to get 11 hats to the ball. And then my third key to victory in this game is going to be scoring when you get in the red zone and limiting errors. Like we can't have no more botch snaps. Like when you get on the 1 yard line, that's what I was talking about. When you get on the 1 yard line, you got to punch it in because it's a certain mentality that this team is just going to have to adopt. And that's being physical. Like it's one thing to throw a 1 yard touchdown, meaning throw the ball on the goal line. It's a whole nother thing to be able to run that thing right in there when the team know that you're getting ready to run it. And that's what you got to do in this game. You got to score when you get in the red zone. We can't get down there like we did in this last game down to the 2 yard line and have 3 cracks at the end zone and you have to kick a field goal. Like we can't have that in this game. You got to set a mentality and a tone that, look, this is a playoff game. This is a playoff, atmosphere. We need this game. And to be honest, this is one of them games when you get on the 2 yard line, if you don't get in on the first 3 times, you go for it on 4th down because you got to set a certain mentality that the Carolina Panthers know, oh, they ain't playing with us. Like they not backing down because I feel like in the last game, I don't know if you guys seen on that last drive, it was like 7 minutes left in the game and they wanted to go for it. I think that's when they called the grounded on Matt Ryan. It was 4th down and Arthur Smith had the offense on the field. And then he was like, punt, just punt. So he switched it. In this game, you can't do that. You got to go for it. You got to go for the juggler. Don't place dumb. But if you're on the 2 yard line, I think the defense is good enough to pin. If they pin that deep, you got to go all 4 downs and try to get a touchdown. So in this game, touchdowns is what's going to win you the game. We talked about it, and we've said this on every heavy hitter show. You're not going to win kicking field goals 9 times out of 10 in the NFL because that's basically a 4-point swing every time if you don't get a touchdown. So in this game, those are my 3 keys. Come out with that tenacity and that physical mentality for 60 minutes, as KStylzz always talk about. Number 2, you get 11 hats to that football. And when you come there, come with bad intentions Because if you look at what the Buccaneers did, what did the guy do when he got in the game? Desir came in the game. Russell Gage got the first down. He didn't hold his head down. He punched the ball out. So he made a play. That's what we got to do. 11 hats to the football for the defense. And the last key to victory, I talked about it, is score touchdowns. If you do those three things in this game, I think you dominate Carolina because you can demoralize and take that crowd out of the game. And this game is going to be played in Carolina. So you come out with that same mentality you start the game with against the Buccaneers. I think you take the air out of that stadium. And I think that the Panthers are going to go, run away with their tail between their legs. If we come out with that same type of mentality, I think we'll set a tone.
And my bad about laughing.
Hold on 1 second. I gotta.
Uh-oh.
I think he froze.
The madman and froze up. All right, but hopefully he get back. But I was gonna say, man, I ain't mean to laugh earlier because when you said that KZ got steamrolled by damn Ezekiel Elliott, it was like that was it bless his heart, but that was the funniest thing I've ever seen in my life. I never seen nobody get hit so hard they got hit from the goal line to the back, then slid to the back of the end zone. I've never seen that before.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, he had heart, but if they would have had more hats to the football, he wouldn't have had to worry about that. Right. But when it's one-on-one, mano-a-mano, he had heart, but the low man wins. And Zeke, it was like I said, it wasn't a fair fight. He was bigger, stronger, and he overpowered him. You know what I'm saying? And that's why, KZ filled his gap, but hey, it wasn't enough.
Boy,
he was the nail, and Zeke was the hammer.
Like trying to fill a hole with some Jello, boy. That thing didn't work. But speaking of until Mike get back, I was saying, speaking of what you said about the tone and the mentality, because you actually hit one of my points I was thinking about was if you don't hit it on the first 3 downs, go for it on 4th down. So when we talk about the mentality, that's going to be the responsibility of the coaching staff to instill that as well, because because like I said, it can't just be the players; it has to be everybody. Everybody has to instill this mentality. Okay, we balls to the wall here. We ain't we got no room for error.
And when you don't do that, it sends a message to your team as well. You know what I'm saying? Like, you get stopped on the first 3 downs, and then your coach is like, field goal. It kind of sends a message to the offensive line that I don't believe y'all can score. You know what I'm saying? But if you go in there and say you do punch it in on the 4th down, you know how much confidence that gives the offensive line, especially because we got a lot of young guys on the offensive line, like Mayfield, like Hennessy, like Dahlman. Jake Matthews, he's a veteran. He's been around. He played in the Super Bowl. He's been in Atlanta, for years and years and years. But these young guys, it sends a tone to them that I trust you. Like, I'm going to give you, I believe in you guys. Like, to me, it shocked me to see how well we came out and ran the football early in the game, because it actually set a tone. Like, I don't know if you've seen after that first touchdown run with Mike Davis, they showed Matt Hennessy ran off the side, like he ran to the sideline, and I think he chest bumped the offensive line coach. Like, he was hyped.
Yeah,
exactly. He was hyped. I think it was Coach Ledford. He was hyped because it's like, this the number 1 rushing defense in the league, and we basically just ran the ball down their throat, because I don't think we really attempted that many passes on that first drive. We pretty much ran the ball all the way down the field, pretty much. So it kind of set that tone.
Exactly. And shouts out to Miss Maggie T. And also, y'all make sure y'all thumbs up, share, like, subscribe to not only Atlanta Falcons Nation, but TalkSports, AskMADMIKE Sports, and your boy 6-man KStylzz as well. We definitely appreciate everybody tuning in right now. Mike will be back. We got some technical difficulties, but we got to hold it down for the bit, bro, when you get back. But yeah, like you said, it has to, like you said, it has to be the complete opposite of what that Carolina game was. Because I think that's where I felt like that's where that game got out of hand, was the physicality. The mentality wasn't there.
Yeah, definitely.
You better go out like Nate Robinson. He was swinging, but he got his ass knocked the fuck out. But
yeah,
He's swinging.
He had heart though. You know what I'm saying? Like at the end of the day, and I feel like this. That's why I say you got to bring your brothers with you when you get to the football. Because I know if I'm a cornerback and I get Cam is on the edge with me one-on-one, I'm gonna do my best to hold him up. But I'm gonna need somebody to follow up. You know what I'm saying? We need Debo, Fourier, and I need my defensive linemen to run to the ball. Like I need all 11 hats. Like that 91 team was talking about. You need all of it because it sets a tone. Like trust me, as much as those big running backs and stuff like that, they love like Leonard Fournette. He loves seeing like a cornerback on the edge where he can try to run them over. Trust me, those offensive players, the running backs, Cam, if you bring 11 hats to the ball, like I don't know if you guys seen that Mike had put on Twitter. It was, I think it was a player from the Raiders. It was a running back for the Raiders talking about getting tackled and the players pulling you down a certain type of way where his leg got caught up under the guy's body weight. Offensive players don't like to be dug piled, meaning all 11 players jump on top of you. That don't feel good. I don't care what you say. If you you running the ball, I don't care if you DeMondre Stevenson. I don't care how big you can be. Jerome Bettis. If they bring everybody, trust me, Anthony Rush is 350 pounds. Him by himself is enough. But if you bring him, Grady to the ball, Mike Pennell to the ball, that's about 1,000 to 2,000 pounds on top of you, dog. Hey, ain't nobody trying to feel that. So you got to bring everybody. Everybody got to come to the football. When you playing aggressive like that, and that was something that the 85 Bears, they were known for, is gang tackling. They talked about it. You got to gang tackle these guys, man. You can't just be bringing 1 and 2 guys. That's how you have break tackles. You're not going to break no tackles if I come with all 11 guys.
Hell no. Hell no, boy. Shoot. That's what you got to do, man. That's what all great defenses do. They don't, it's not one-on-one tackling.
Right.
It like you said, you what they say, you hit one of us, you hit all of us.
That's it.
But you want to go ahead and do the other side, what Carolina needs to do, or you want to wait for the big brother to get back to do that?
It's whatever you want to do, bro.
Let's go ahead. Let's go ahead and goddamn do that. So for a lot of people that might be new to this show, when we do our 3 keys, we do the 3 keys for both teams. And we do it for the other team, not only because we're giving them a game plan to win, but this is something that like for y'all to look out for as far as watching and seeing how this other team works. But I guess we're gonna do the pick and roll here. So I'm gonna start with we're gonna let the 2 guards start here. We're gonna pick and roll this thing right quick.
Got you, man. So for the Carolina Panthers and their 3 keys, the first thing is gonna be run the football, like physicality, like we talked about it. I think sometimes these coaches, they kind of get in their own head. You know what I'm saying? Like in this game, what do you always say, KStylzz? When we lose a game, burn the tape. Don't do nothing you did last game because you weren't ready. In this game, Carolina beat us last time. So if I'm Carolina, I'm coming with a similar game plan, which is going to be run the football until you show me that you can actually stop it. I'm not going to go against what I do best. And that's what Carolina does best, is run the football. So in this game, if you Carolina, the first key to victory is you come back out with that similar game plan. It doesn't have to be the same type of runs, but overpowering a team is overpowering a team. Running the football is running the football. We seen it last night, it was last night, I believe it was, with the Patriots and the Bills, or 2 nights ago, Monday night. Yeah, last night.
Yeah, it was last night.
We seen it with the Patriots. Pretty much, you got your quarterback attempting 3 passes. You run the ball 50-something, 40-something times, 49 times, something crazy like that. That's what Carolina got to try to do in this game. Possess the football and try to run it right down the Falcons' throat, because I don't know what's going on with Mike Pennell Jr. He hasn't played. He's been basically, I think he was a scratch the last 2 weeks. So I don't know if he's injured or what the deal is with Mike Pennell. I think he needs to be out there, though, because I'm still seeing Tyler Davidson starting games. So as long as Tyler Davidson's out there, what we say, run at 96. Run right at 96. I mean, that's the key to victory for you guys. That's the first one. Just run. If you see 96 in the game, wherever he lined up at, run it right at him. So you did it last game, rushed for over 200 yards. You do the same thing in this game. second key to victory for Carolina is try to get after Matt Ryan. Try to take away the running game of the Falcons. So I would bring guys down in the box, and I would just try to get after Matt Ryan. I would bring all type of blitzes. Like I basically would. It's a copycat league. I would adopt what we just seen the Buccaneers do. You got on your team Marlon Davidson's running mate from Auburn. You still got, you got the big boy over there, Derek Brown. So I don't know if he can do what Vita Vea did as far as running stunts and stuff like that. But in this game, you get after it up front. Brian Burns is one of the guys they got on the edge. Hassan Reddick is one of those guys that's having a really good year for them that they picked up from the Arizona Cardinals on the edge. He has a really high sack number so far this year. Shaq Thompson at linebacker. That's what he does best, is come downhill in the running game and blitz. You don't really want him in coverage. So in this game, that's what I'm doing. I'm bringing blitz right up that A-gap where the center, because you're playing Dahlman and you're playing Hennessy, and those guys still are acting like they're confused. And Mayfield, he's hit and miss. So if I'm Carolina, I'm blitzing. That's my second key to victory, is get after Matt Ryan, try to rattle him, and try to limit the Falcons' running game. Then the third key to victory for Carolina is the field position game. In this game, you do everything you can to limit field position, and you do everything you can to keep Matt Ryan on the sideline. Try to possess the football, like shorten the game like you did in that first game. Because in the first matchup, they pretty much dominated the football. We really didn't have many attempts. Matt Ryan didn't have many cracks at that defense. So in this game, you do the exact same thing. Possess the football, win special teams, punt the Falcons deep in their own territory, because you have the crowd on your side, because you're at home and it's hard to hear. You try to, get that crowd rallied up, get out to an early lead, try to get that crowd going, and try to cause errors for the Falcons on third and longs and stuff like that. When the crowd get loud, and it's hard for those young guys like the center and quarterbacks exchange last week. We seen them, botch snaps and stuff like that. When the crowd gets loud and when you're on the road, this is when botch snaps and stuff like that happens, and false starts and stuff like that happens, and when you can really pin your ears back. So that's my third key to victory, is try to pin the Falcons deep, try to win the field position battle. If you do those three things with Carolina, I think that they have a good chance at sweeping us.
Okay. Oh man, that was some good day. Well, I guess I'm about to. Well, God damn it! How the hell I end up out of focus? But I gotta get these points out the way. I don't know how the hell that just happened. But hold on. All right, we're just gonna deal with that for right now. So kind of agree with you on one of them. Run the ball. And I saw Dre True Statement up here. He's talking about new hashtag take Route 96. We're gonna use that and give him credit for it. Yes, take Route 96. Tyler Davidson on the field, you run at him. Because in the run defense, he is the weak spot in that defense when it comes to the run defense. I think the reason why Mike Pennell might have been a healthy scratch, because Anthony Rush has been playing well, and they don't want to have too many run stoppers in the lineup, because you still got to bring in guys and bring out guys and got different packages and stuff like that. So I kind of think that's why Mike Pennell hasn't really been in the lineup.
I need the Williams wall, KStylzz. I know that's probably what they're doing. But I need the second coming of the Williams wall, bro.
Well, I want damn the Williams wall. I want the whole building. That's what I want.
Yeah, bro. I need the second coming of the Williams wall. If I can get Pennell, Rush, and Grady all out there at the same time, hey, look, we need to stop the run at all costs. If that means you got to put Grady out there on the edge to let them two guys man the middle, do whatever you got to do.
Right. So, yeah, so that's going to have to come down to it. And the second key that I have for Carolina is do not take the Falcons lightly. Don't think just because you got Cam back. Don't think because you ran the ball 203 yards last week, it's not a guarantee that it's going to be the same game. So you gotta humble yourselves. Because if you don't, and like I said, it's gonna be a long game for them. But that was a quick two. That was a quick 2-pointer right there. Let's go ahead and get the last one for me. Oh, there we go. We back in the game, baby. You can see all the creases in my forehead again. But my third key, and this is gonna be the most important key. This is gonna come down to coaching. Limit the hits on Cam Newton. I mean, I understand you want him to run and run them quarterback powers, but you seen what these hits have done to Christian McCaffrey. Christian McCaffrey ain't been healthy for the Panthers since he got paid 2-3 years ago. He's missed on an average of 10, 11 games a season. So you want to limit the amount of quarterback powers that you are going to use. Because if you don't, and you give one of these Falcons defensive players an opportunity to lay one on Cam Newton, like I said, it's gonna be good night, Irene, because ain't no look. If I get a free shot at a quarterback that's running the ball, I don't give a damn how big that quarterback is. I'm blasting his ass up out of here. But I'm gonna give you, but like I said, I'm gonna give you kind of like a honorable mention. Eric Harris, for the love of God, bro, make the play. Make the play. You in position. Make the play. You're dropping interceptions. You're missing tackles. You're like I said, you're taking bad angles at the wrong time, but you always seem to be in the right spot. This is what Mike said last time. That's why we call him. He just there. He ain't making the plays when they need to. But yeah, that's my 3 keys right there. Because if you protect Cam, you can use Cam just enough to open up that deep passing game.
Mm-hmm.
Because with Sam Darnold didn't want to take no chances. So Cam is going to take those chances. And that's all I got right there.
I
was about to say pick and roll. Okay, so Mike, you ready? You ready to get this dribble handoff right quick? I'm going in the low post to give you the dribble handoff so you can get this layup in.
I want to catch it in stride like Steph.
Oh, you want to catch it in stride? Hold on, I almost did it. Okay.
I want to catch it in stride.
Okay, so he catching the stride in the corner, right there.
That's it.
Right there in the corner.
That's it. That's all.
5.
Like water, baby.
Like water.
3 keys. The first one is obviously they have to run the ball because their quarterbacks absolutely suck. Just be honest about it. Cam sucks. The quarterback, don't know. He's not coming back, but he sucked too. And PJ is just absolute garbage. Let's just keep it real. So they got to run the ball well. They got to protect the quarterback. That's 2 and 3. They got to put pressure on the edge. I think this is the opposite. I actually think they need to put pressure on the middle of the Falcons offensive line because they have not been, with the exception of Chris Lindstrom, they have not played well at all. So those are the 3. They got to. I forgot it. I forgot that quick. I forgot what the 3 quick. But whatever I just said, that's what they got to do. I don't.
What more can we say?
What more can I say? It's simple. They got a good defense. Just they got to protect the quarterback. They got to run the ball, and they just got to pressure the interior. That's pretty much it. That's all.
All right. So pretty much we all kind of agree. Run the ball. Like I said, shout out to Drew. True statement, Mike. I don't know if you caught the new quote that he came up with is that the Panthers have to take Route 96, which means run that Tyler Davis.
Unfortunately.
So yeah.
Unfortunately.
All right. So what else we got? What else we got for him, Mike? I saw it kind of mentioned here in the comments. I don't know if you want to go into that.
Yeah, I'm gonna put this up real quick.
All right. Let's see what it says. Let me get this. Let me get these off right quick. Let's see what that says. Hold on. My bad, y'all. My bad. I'm trying to get the stuff off. It says from Kurt Warner himself, few quarterbacks frustrate me more watching film than Matt Ryan. He makes so many big time throws, but equally as many confusing reads and decisions. I have no idea what to make of it. Not sure how it's possible, but it's every week. Oh, I can give you my opinion on that right now.
Oh, hold on. Just let me set it up.
Oh, go ahead.
No, just go ahead. Go ahead.
You know my opinion of it is. So we hear it every day. What these folks supposed to see us cry about it? We boo-hooing because somebody said something about Matt Ryan. Okay. But at the end of the day, is he the only one that does it? You can't say you can't single out one person. This is why I always say you can say disappoint, like you said, you can say he's underachieved in certain areas. Okay, that's fine. Who cares? Like I said, eventually, what it really comes down to is that was pretty much used for clicks and likes. Because in the reality, Matt Ryan ain't the only one that like that. It's about 10 other. It's about 10 other quarterbacks. At least 10 other quarterbacks that do the same thing.
Even off on that number, right? You even off on that number. The truth of the matter is every freaking quarterback is inconsistent. All right? Let's be real. Every quarterback. We literally just saw the GOAT, who people call the GOAT, throwing a pick six. That was a bad read. And it happened.
Plus pound lineman.
Like he threw an interception, pick six interception to a 300-pound lineman. And we up here talking about Matt Ryan is inconsistent. He make bad reads. If that wasn't a bad read, what the heck was? Furthermore, we literally got a guy in the Hall of Fame by the name of Brett Favre, who has thrown the most interceptions in NFL history. Okay? Bad read, bad throws. This is what happens. It happens. So is he correct? Absolutely, he's right. But let me show the quote what really ticked me off. Let me show you this quote again. Okay? This is the quote that kind of screwed me. All right? I have no idea what to make of it. That is just the biggest freaking lie. No, excuse me. That's the biggest fucking lie that any quarterback has ever made. You literally see this man get his ass whooped every game, get hit 11 times to 11 hurries, 5 sacked 5 times, has been hit and hurried 92 times this year. And you trying to tell me with a straight face, Mr. Supermarket worker, bagger grocery, whatever the hell you were, that's what you trying to tell me? The same guy that got cut by Green Bay, who had to go to the Amsterdam, whatever the hell it was, and had to make his way back and play in one of the most unconventional offenses of all time. Mike Martz taught all the wrong things to quarterbacks. He taught quarterbacks to look deep first and then check the ball down. That's not how they check. That's not how they teach you. They teach you to go to your progressions. So for a guy that also, all right, you lost your job to one of the guys, all right, Eli Manning. Yeah, you gonna forget about this? You gonna forget about this, Kurt Warner? When you got benched, you went to the Giants and lost your job because you absolutely sucked. Okay? You absolutely sucked. And when you went to Arizona, you had a couple of good years, but you continue to absolutely suck and make bad reads. So is he right? Yes. But the issue and the problem that I have with this is that you said it in a way that is complete hogwash. I have no idea and what to make of it. That, my friend, was a bold-faced lie.
Are we talking about the same quarterback that had 4 of the greatest offensive players in NFL history on the same team?
There you go.
Hold on. One second. I got to get one more. I got to say one more thing, right? I got to bring up one more stat, too. If I can find it, let me find it real quick. All right? We're talking about a guy also. We're talking about game-winning game decisions. This dude literally has 7 career game winners to Matt Ryan's 33 and 44 in total. And I may be off as far as the game winners for Matt Ryan. But this is a guy we're talking about who has 7 game winners in his career as a Hall of Famer. So that is to tell me 2 things, all right? They tell me 2 things. One, that you were never in a position to have to come back, all right? Meaning that you played with elite company, an elite team. And 2, that you weren't fucking good to begin with. You weren't good enough to come back. So let's just keep it real. So when we talk about guys like him, these are the things we're talking about. If you're going to critique guys like Matt Ryan, this is not Matt Ryan. Like it's quarterbacks in general. You critique guys like Dak Prescott. You critique guys like Lamar. No, Lamar isn't a great quarterback, but what he does is give his team an opportunity to win. So let's tell the entire story when we talk about quarterbacks. That's the issue that I have. Let's tell it all. Don't just try to say, a blank, I don't have nothing. I have no reason. I don't know what to make of it. Of course you do. You're using it as an opportunity because you know how the media is as it pertains to Matt Ryan to get clout for yourself so you can, promote that little crappy YouTube channel that you have. All right. Well, you just really just like the videos that he put out is really just the bash quarterbacks. It's really just the bash quarterbacks, and that's what I don't like. He's very subtle. He picks and chooses what the quarterback he wants to praise. It's like that's one thing I don't like is that don't just pick on quarterbacks. I'm talking about Justin Fields. He picked on Justin Fields. He picked on a lot of young quarterbacks. Baker Mayfield, he's never going to be anything, blah, blah, blah. That's not the right thing to do. Tell these guys what they're good at and their strengths and their weaknesses. Don't just pick on players. And that's what the issue that I have is that these big time players and Kurt Warner, who has clout and he's won Super Bowls and he's in the Hall of Fame, they use their statue to crap on quarterbacks and they don't tell the entire truth. That's all I got to say about that.
Yeah, I'm licking my chops, Mike. I'm licking my chops to talk about this situation because you just said it best. The first thing that I want to hit on, you were talking about losing his job. Let's not forget, he first lost his job to Mark Bolger with the St. Louis Rams before he went to New York. So he lost his job twice, basically. Mark Bolger took his job, and then Eli Manning took his job before he went to Arizona. So he lost his starting job twice. But the problem that I have with this statement that he's making is what you said, Mike. Put it into context. He's not putting in what he's doing. What he's saying, the statement that he's making is a broad statement. He's not putting it into context, and he's kind of putting it into context, and he's kicking Matt Ryan while he's down. And I hate to kick somebody while they're down. And what I mean by that is Matt Ryan this year doesn't have many weapons. No Calvin Ridley, no Julio Jones here anymore. A rookie in Kyle Pitts, who's going to be a star in this league, is going to be a great player, but he's still a young player. He's a rookie. I remember when Julio Jones was a rookie. He wasn't the Julio we know and love today. He had a Roddy White on his team. That was the lead dog. To be honest, Kyle Pitts is doing a hell of a job to not really have a number one guy to, be up under their wing. He doesn't have nobody. Who are you looking up to? Russell Gage? It ain't nobody on this roster that can teach him how to run routes, to teach him what to look for. He don't have a Tony Gonzalez on this team. Let's be real. And that's the reason why we talk about Calvin Ridley kind of, I'm disappointed because he kind of ran away from his responsibilities of being that big brother. He had a big brother when he came in and Mohamed Sanu and Julio Jones to kind of take him under their wing. So with Matt Ryan, he's cherry picking in this situation to take Matt Ryan's year when he has no weapons. And the reason I state that is we don't even have to talk about Matt Ryan. Let's take Matt Ryan out of the equation. Let's go back to Tom Brady's last year in New England when he had no weapons. What happened? He lost in the first round of the playoffs to the Tennessee Titans. The last pass he threw in New England was a pick six to Logan Ryan. Why was that? He had no weapons. We call him the GOAT, right? But he had no weapons. So it's like for me to go and say, well, Tom Brady is not reading the defense. He's making bad decisions. He had nobody getting open. So you can compare this year with Matt Ryan to the last year that Tom Brady was in New England. We had no weapons. He was throwing the ball to guys like Jacoby Myers and people we don't even know, guys that are not even in the league anymore. The only legitimate weapon he had that last year was Julian Edelman. It's similar to Kyle Pitts. He had like one weapon. He had no weapons. That's the same thing with Matt Ryan right now. It's easy to come in and beat up on Matt Ryan right now because he has nobody. So it's easy to take this situation and say Matt Ryan's not reading the defense. You didn't say anything in 2016. You didn't say anything in 2017. Really, you haven't said anything until this year when he has no weapons. So you can't really compare. And that's why we say you got to put things into context. You can have guys like Skip Bayless on Undisputed talking about Tom Brady should be the MVP. How should this guy be the MVP when he's dipping and dunking and he got 3 number 1 wide receivers on his team? Like, put it into context. Like, if you take any quality quarterback and put them on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, they can do what Tom Brady's doing. Take Tom Brady off the Buccaneers and put Matt Ryan on that team. Take Tom Brady off that team and put an Aaron Rodgers, put a Kyler Murray, put any quarterback that's competent with those guys around it, with all of those plethora of weapons, they're going to be able to do the same exact thing. So as we talked about, Kurt Warner is another one. He had an abundance of talent. You had a Isaac Bruce. You had a Torrey Holt. You had a Oz Hakeem. You had a Marshall Faulk on your team. Let's be real. And you had a decent defense.
Andrew and James.
Exactly. So it's just like you had an abundance of talent. And then if you go take a look at the Cardinals that he helped get to the Super Bowl, it was the same thing. You had a Anquan Bolden. You had a Larry Fitzgerald. Let's be real. You had guys on that roster that are Hall of Fame type players.
Orlando Pace, One of the greatest left tackles to ever play the game that protected your blind side.
Exactly. And then you had guys on that defense like Aeneas Williams, one of the greatest corners in football history. You had guys. You had a Dre Bly, who a lot of people forget about, was a pretty good corner. As a number 2 corner, I'll take a Dre Bly. So people just forget. He had weapons. You know what I'm saying? He had weapons. So we always said you're only as good as the guys around you. So as much as he want to talk about Matt Ryan can't throw the football to himself. Matt Ryan can't block for himself. So that's what he really got to take into context. I wonder when he's looking at that tape, are you watching the offensive line? Are you watching the wide receivers? Are they open? Is Matt Ryan getting pressure on them right away? Like, those things matter. If you don't take those things into context, then what are we talking about?
Hey, yeah, something quick. I wanted to put something in the banner, but I'm too lazy, so I'm interrupting the show to do so.
Lazy.
Whatever, man. This is what I do, man. It's what I do. But no, I wanted to put this up from DJ, Ledbetter. I want to call him DJ. I don't know. But anyway, as far as, Ryan's, being sacked and everything, of course, it doesn't relate to what that quote is, but I feel like it's relevant to this season. So I wanted to put that in the overlay so everybody can see that too. I just thought it was interesting. Of course, right now, Matt can only be what he can be at this point. Like you said, with the weapons that he has. Now, of course, we're not saying that, like Mike said, we not saying we disagree with it, but it's the delivery of the message, that it was. So this picture right here, hope y'all can see that a little bit, but I can't take the banners and stuff off. Let me see. Can I? Because I'm under.
I got it.
Okay, thank you. But yeah, so that was just something I thought was interesting. If you guys wanted to kind of, add that to your conversation too.
4th consecutive season of allowing 40 or more sacks. He's been hit 58 times, hurried on 27 other plays. His time pressured per drop back ratio is 24.8.
Yeah.
Which for a lot of people that don't know what this means this dude gets hits as much as a running quarterback.
Exactly. And that's something that what is his name? Seattle Seahawks quarterback. He was complaining about just getting hit all the time. I can't think of his name right about now, Russell. But it's the same thing. We don't have the weapons. We don't have the protection. And we really haven't ever had the protection from Matt Ryan, to be real. A strong protection. We might gotten by maybe 2016, but I get that's how it was said, but it definitely wasn't. It definitely was delivery. Definitely.
Like we're not saying that he's wrong, but again, you got to provide context, and that's why I say it's a dangerous quote, because you're not putting out the fact that again, we got guys like Terry Bradshaw. Like Terry Bradshaw got like one more touchdown than he has interception. 2 more. Go ahead, KStylzz.
Two more.
You got 2 more
on 51% completion percentage.
And this guy's in the Hall of Fame. So this is the stuff that I'm talking about. It makes it seem like, obviously, like I said, I watched his video 4 months ago about Matt Ryan. And again, it showed where he just wanted to bash Matt Ryan. He didn't show where he made a good throw, he made a good read. The video was just solely on everything that he did wrong. And those are the things that, I don't feel that is right. You know what I'm saying? Like we give Tom Brady his credit. When you talk about that West Coast system, Tom Brady is probably the greatest quarterback outside of Joe Montana, Steve Young, to play in that West Coast system. So we want to give guys. Tonight we just said with Cam Newton, like, he's going to throw the ball deep well. He throws the ball. He throws the deep ball well, and he run those quarterback powers. He's an athletic QB. We know what these. But when we talk about Matt Ryan, it's the same people. It's the same thing. Yeah, he put up 50,000 yards passing, but
You know, it's always a but. So that's where I say, like I said, he wasn't wrong, but it's the context. Don't leave things out when you talk about that's really dangerous because we got people who don't necessarily know the game like that, and they believe what he says. He's a Hall of Famer. He's right. Matt Ryan sucks. These are the stuff we're talking about. And like I said, we got two NFL players. This dude got 2 more touchdowns and he got interceptions. And he in the Hall of Famer. But you up here talking about Matt Ryan. This dude literally threw almost 300 touchdowns, if not 300 touchdowns, in less than 150 interceptions. But you up here talking about his decision making bad. How the hell is your decision making bad when you got down there 60,000 passing yards? Does that even make any freaking sense? 60,000 yards. You talking about decision making is bad? Like, come on, bro.
You know what? After just coming from taking a piss, I just came to a conclusion. I think you know what I really think the problem is because Matt Ryan doesn't respond to nobody.
I had a question for you. Hold on. Let me set it up for you. Let me set it up because this is a question I have for both of you. Because I think this is the issue with it. Do you guys think that because the Falcons organization, they don't respond to criticism, and you always hear even Dan Quinn go from Mike Smith and now Arthur Smith. These guys just don't care about what outsiders say. So you think they feel as though it's like a bully. You know when Bill Belichick, he gets a stupid question. It's like, look, he immediately shut that crap down. He don't even answer it. You know what I'm saying? He was like, I've been coaching 40 years. I think I know what the hell I'm doing. Bill will shut that crap down soon. So you guys feel as though, is it the Falcons culture, or it's just, do you feel like the Falcons coaches kind of leave the players vulnerable to the media criticism?
I think it plays a part in it because the thing about a lot of the critics, see, you have to remember what critics really do. Critics look for responses. So, like you said, even with like the Matt Ryan inefficiencies that he's had in his career, like I said, that is warranted. See, but the problem is because this guy doesn't respond to nothing. It gives everybody the green light to literally pretty much just trash this guy's name like he is the guy that caused Armageddon in the world. Because because like I said, when you think about Matt Ryan, I'm gonna tell you, when you think about Matt Ryan, when you look at his press conferences, what is it? It's always kind of like the same thing. It's okay, I gotta get better, or it was my fault, or he's not out here. And like I said, he's fiery. He's fiery when he's on the sideline. But when you don't see him on the sideline, it's the perception that he's the goody two shoes. He's the preppy guy that doesn't get mad at anybody. And the fact that, like I said, you got to think about it. Matt Ryan is one of the most hated guys in the city of Atlanta right now. He don't nobody like him at all, but he doesn't care.
You might as well say hated in the media in general, KStylzz. It's not even in Atlanta. You might as well say in America.
Shit, they wish death. They be wishing death on this guy.
Yeah,
but he doesn't care. He doesn't respond to it. And when some people, when it comes to certain people's mindset, when you try to, Miss Maggie said it right. He's vanilla. He's boring. He is what the people in Atlanta would call a complete lame.
Mm-hmm.
That's what he is. But he doesn't care. He doesn't really. He does, like I said, he doesn't respond to nobody's criticism of him. If you, like I said, if you call him out on something, or you just say he's trash and all that stuff. He's not online talking shit to fans. Like I said, he got bigger things to worry about. But like I said, the reality of it is, Matt, at the end of the day, Matt Ryan is not the representation of what Atlanta fans want in a quarterback. They want somebody that has that entertaining factor to him that makes you want to go see him. They want that guy that gives you that play that you be like, oh shit, I remember when I went down there and I saw him make that play like that, boom, 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 boom. But the thing about with him is he doesn't give you that. Well, he's a lunch pail guy. He's a 9-to-5 guy. Like I said, Atlanta just wants they want another rapper, entertainer type of guy as a quarterback, because that's supposed to fit the culture of Atlanta. Because down here in Atlanta, it's all about partying, clubbing, strip clubs, all that stuff. See, when you got Matt Ryan, who's a quarterback that's not like that, it puts a lot of people. It makes a lot of people cringe because he like I said, he's not the representation of a quarterback that they want down here in Atlanta.
I'm gonna say this to your question, Mike, and y'all were talking about it the other night, but people don't realize it. Matt Ryan is similar to Tom Brady. Let's be real. If you think about Tom Brady and the Patriots, who want to be like Tom Brady? Tom Brady is vanilla as they come. He vanilla. Did you hear? It's a reason why Shannon Sharp always talks about Tom Brady as being old golly gee whiz, the husband next door type on Undisputed. He always goes back and forth with Skip Bayless about that. He's a vanilla quarterback. Nobody wanted to be like Tom Brady. Tom Brady doesn't run fast. He doesn't have a strong arm. He just does his job and goes home. Go ahead, KStylzz.
But look where he's played at. What the fuck is up there to do in New England?
Exactly.
So they don't care about they really don't care about the vanilla quarterback and stuff like that.
Well, what I think the main thing is though is he's winning. That's the difference between Matt Ryan, and that's why I was going with it. Matt Ryan and Tom Brady, both of those guys are just 9-to-5 guys. They're just guys that's gonna come and do their job and go home. You're not seeing the fun Tom Brady until he went to Tampa. When he was in with the Patriots, he was buttoned up. He wouldn't say anything to the media. He wouldn't give the media bulletin board material, just like Matt Ryan. He was just a company guy. He was a leader, a head of a franchise. He could be a Fortune 500 CEO. Like he was a buttoned up guy, like Matt Ryan. They were pretty much the same guy. The difference between Matt Ryan and Tom Brady is Tom Brady has the Super Bowl trophies and the rings. And he has the rings. Why? Not because he's better than Matt Ryan. He has the rings because he's played for a better organization, a better head coach. He's had better players around him. We talked about how many Hall of Fame players or future Hall of Fame players in one of our shows that he's played with. If you swap Tom Brady and you swap Matt Ryan, put Matt Ryan with the Patriots, put Tom Brady on the Falcons, Tom Brady would probably be sitting with 0 rings right now if he was an Atlanta Falcon. Let's just keep it real. Put Tom Brady with this cast of characters that we got right now. Give him Russell Gage as his #1 wide receiver. We've seen this before. He wouldn't be doing anything. Like we keep talking about, he has 40 touchdowns or 34 touchdowns, and look who he's playing with. Put Matt Ryan with the Buccaneers right now. He would be an MVP candidate. Let's be real. Because to be honest, if you put Tom Brady on this roster, we don't have 5 wins. We don't. Like we talk about Matt Ryan not being able to run. What is Tom Brady going to do?
Oh, Jesus. I love you, Lord.
Well, we be having to pray for him not to get killed out here.
Let's be real. We talk Orlando Ledbetter is talking about the Falcons are almost at 40 sacks. Trust me, if Tom Brady was on this roster, we would be at 40 sacks. Because the dude can't run nowhere. It's been plays where Matt Ryan has actually avoided a sack and threw the ball down the field or just took off running. Tom Brady ain't running nowhere. He's a statue, literally. So if somebody get
Matt Ryan a statue,
exactly. That's my point. But that's the thing with, like Mike was talking about. The casual fan is not going to ever play that in their mind. They're never going to say, play that backyard football, play that GM where they say, okay, well, I'm gonna put Tom Brady on the Falcons and I'm gonna put Matt Ryan on the Bucks. Nobody ever thinks about that. They just think about real life reality. But in reality, think about it. If you switch those guys around, Matt Ryan would be balling right now. He would be an MVP candidate. He's dang near still typically in his prime. We see him Brady at 44 years old doing what he's doing, but he has all the talent in the world on his team. And that's what I talk about. They're just pretty much, I'm not saying that Matt Ryan is Tom Brady, but they're really similar. And I feel like if the roles were reversed, Matt Ryan would have more Super Bowl rings. We've had this debate already, and we've talked about this numerous times, but nobody wants to take the time to think about, like we say, make it make sense. Nobody wants to think about it. It's a reason why Tom Brady chose the team that he chose. It's the reason he went to the Bucks. I hate the media where they put it at, where if Tom Brady goes to any team in the league, he will win a Super Bowl. Let's keep it real. If you put Tom Brady on the Jacksonville Jaguars, they're not making the playoffs.
He gonna retire. He gonna retire before the season. Then like, oh no, I can't do this.
And let's be real. Tom Brady ain't gonna never choose to go to a team like that. Tom Brady wouldn't choose to come to the Falcons because he know the weapons ain't here. If he heard that Julio was on his way out the door, it's a reason why he chose a team with a defense. And then he went to a team with 2 Pro Bowl wide receivers, and then brought another wide receiver that's a Pro Bowler, and then brought
a running back, a top 10 running back, and Leonard Fournette, who caught the game winner last the week before last. Like, this is stuff we're talking about. Rojo and Leonard Fournette are damn good running backs. Why are people not paying attention to that stuff? You got good 3 good wide receivers, 2 good running backs, and a decent offensive line, and you trying to tell me that this man is some legend? Like this is the stuff that I'm talking about. Yeah, he's great, but you take all those weapons away and give him what Matt Ryan has done, he would not be doing half of the stuff. He wouldn't have. Look, I can honestly say this guy would not have 1 freaking ring. He's not good enough to take over games himself. Let's just be real. A lot of those games that he wanted. Go ahead.
He's not in Kyle Shanahan's offense. What is he going to do? Because Kyle Shanahan needs you to be mobile. Tom Brady is not that type of quarterback. So the season that Matt Ryan had in 2016 of being able to be mobile, and I didn't mean to cut you off, Mike. He wouldn't be able to run that offense. And that's what I'm trying to say. Like, we're not putting people in Matt Ryan's shoes. KStylzz, y'all talked about it a couple shows ago. You put Tom Brady on the Atlanta Falcons, and you have 4, 5, 6 different offensive coordinators. This man has played for the same. McDaniels has been his offensive coordinator pretty much his whole career. He's run one system.
Put him in Baltimore. You think he'll be able to run that pistol?
Man.
See what I'm talking about? Stuff like that. Everybody want to say you can't put Tom Brady. You can't compare. Why not?
Right.
Why not?
Right. But let me ask you a question. So, in hypothetical sense, and the people can chime in on this. If the Falcons would have won that Super Bowl, would he still get the same criticism that he's getting this day?
No, because all fans care about is what's on the surface. All they care about is did you win or did you lose? And that's what me, you, and Mike always talk about is you have to go deeper than the surface level. Look at why the team lost. Don't just say, well, they lost. Yeah, they lost, but why did they lose? Did Matt Ryan throw the ball and it was in the receiver's hands and he could have caught the game-winning touchdown, but he dropped it? How's that Matt Ryan's fault? If he threw the ball and the player dropped it in the end zone for the game-winning touchdown in the Super Bowl. Like, people never talk about Matt Ryan having one of the highest quarterback ratings in Super Bowl history. All they say is they blew a 28-3 lead. They never talk about anything else. That's all they say. They make that blanket statement, They don't go into the details and the context of what happened in the game. They don't talk about the defense not being able to make a stop. They don't talk about anything. They don't talk about any calls during the game. They don't talk about none of that. They just say he lost the game. So I feel like if he won, the narrative would be different because look at a guy like Kurt Warner. I looked at his stats earlier. He had some seasons where he threw 20 plus interceptions, and this man is a Hall of Famer. Let's be real. Let's be real. Like all they look at is, well, he won a Super Bowl and he got to another Super Bowl. He lost when he got there with the Cardinals. Let's be real. Just like Matt Ryan, he took an L. People never talk about, go look at Aaron Rodgers in the NFC Championship games, how many times he's lost. I think he's like 1-4, 1-5.
1-5.
Do we see the media talk about how many times the Green Bay Packers have choked in the NFC Championship game? They talk about the Saints choking. They talk about the Falcons choking 28-3 and us choking, but it's about narratives. We don't hear them talking about Aaron Rodgers being a choke artist. He should be, because let's be real. You 1-4 in the NFC Championship games sound like you choking to me. They don't say nothing about Aaron Rodgers choking. All they say is it's always he don't have enough help. He don't have enough wide receivers. He don't have no defense. They don't say that about Matt Ryan. The same. That's what we say. Don't change it. Keep that same energy. Keep that same energy.
So I saw a comment here that said something about somebody. Hey, y'all throw fire in the chat because that was some heat they got. So let me ask y'all another question there, because Noah brought up a good point about saying that because I remember, because it was Stone Decatur, he said one ring can negate 10 bad years. Is that really true? Or is that just one of those things where it depends on the person that they're talking about?
I'm going to say no, just on this premise. I don't think there's been 10 bad years. Just on that alone. It's like, we're talking about Matt Ryan, or we're just talking about the team itself. If we're talking about Matt Ryan, I mean, you can never say that even not winning a ring, that it's not enough. He's shown even better than the great Tom Brady. When you look at their parallel as far as their career, you're looking at Brady at 13 years, Matt Ryan at 13 years. Matt Ryan is better. His numbers are better. The only thing that he's not and he doesn't have is maybe touchdowns. And I think even that's better than Tom Brady. So that's pretty much it. So at the end of the day, it's like that's not true as far as Matt Ryan is concerned. And for the team, you can't say we have won more. Just keep it real. We won more with Matt Ryan. He was literally the first quarterback and the first team to have back-to-back winning seasons. So where's the failure? And you guys' eyes, because you aren't satisfied. But when you look at the overall picture and these other conversations that we talk about, that people, they don't want to come on the show and talk about it. They want to tweet like Tweety Bird. That's what they want to do. You can tweet all day. But when you come on this show, you're going to have to bring the stats, the facts, and the truth. And this is why people are afraid to come on. Because they don't want to have these conversations. They are afraid of the truth. They run from it.
Okay.
1-5. Hold on. Let me put up a banner. I just want to put up a banner so you guys can get the picture of what 1-5 looks like, okay? I want you guys to look at it. Okay? Just look at that. 1-5. This is Aaron Rodgers' record in NFC champion. And we're talking about Matt Ryan isn't a winner. Make it make sense.
Yeah, you gotta remember too, Aaron Rodgers lost to a 49er team that threw the ball 8 times.
8 times.
If that don't show you that you need a team, I don't know what else will.
But But it's very interesting that 10-year comment was made because Aaron Rodgers' 10 years is up. So where's it gonna come through?
Because I just think that I don't think it's necessarily a 10-year type thing. I think it's based off of organization. It depends on the organization. Because look at the Philadelphia Eagles. They won a Super Bowl with Doug Peterson, and they fired him within 3 years after winning the Super Bowl. So they didn't get him no 10 years. They were just ready to move on. So it just depends on the organization. But that's why I feel like the Philadelphia Eagles are a dysfunctional organization. For them to fire your coach after he just won a Super Bowl for you, less than 5 years after he just won a Super Bowl, like you tripping. And that's what we go to talk about. But I feel like when we talk about Super Bowls, we just don't put everything in the context. Everything is just, did you win or did you lose? Like I was talking about the Patriots. We bringing up Tom Brady, but how many scandals do the Patriots have under their regime? We don't talk about the Deflategate. When we talk about him being the GOAT, we don't talk about them taping and filming, Spygate. We don't talk about none of those things. And I'm saying if they did those two things and we caught them doing those two things, what else were they doing?
Hey, look what Noah just brought out. Rodgers' one win was against Caleb Haney and the Bears.
Exactly. Put it in the context.
It's getting hot in here, bro.
It's getting hot.
Ain't nothing but facts being brought out here. But to kind of get to the point beforehand, when I said if Matt Ryan would have won that Super Bowl, would he get the same thing? I think he still would.
You think he get the same hate?
I think he still would. Because you have to remember, regardless of remember the standards that's put out here. And this only just go for the Atlanta Falcons. This don't go for anybody else. They're not going to give the Falcons a 10-year window here. They're not going to give them here. Let's just be honest. Like I said, we use the 10-year window rule. The Falcons will be the only team that doesn't get it. And it has no respect. So that win wouldn't be respected. Yeah, it may either say some figure family, but ESPN would spin as if the other team was having a bad day. And that's how they do every Falcons win. It's the other team having a bad day. Because you got to remember, the only time the Atlanta Falcons are on TV from any sports shows is when they lose. When they win, you don't hear nothing from them. You got to come to places like AFN to talk about the Falcons winning football games. Am I right?
Yes, it's a storyline, and that's what I talk about. It's narratives. It's about the narratives. That's all it is. So I don't know if I disagree with you with that. I think the media, they are against Atlanta and they are against Matt Ryan, but I think our fan base on the surface level, I think that they will give Matt Ryan more respect if he won a Super Bowl. My problem with that is me having a Super Bowl doesn't mean I'm a great player. Right. I think we get those two things twisted. Mm-hmm. That's why I be like, why are we even mentioning Super Bowl when we talk about Hall of Fame? Hall of Fame and Super Bowl are two separate conversations. Yeah. Who cares? I've seen a ton of great players that didn't win a Super Bowl, never played in a Super Bowl. Super Bowl has nothing to do with Hall of Fame. Hall of Fame is based off of one player. What did you do in your career individually? The Super Bowl, that's a team. To win a Super Bowl, that's a team type deal. That has nothing to do with an individual. And that's what we get twisted. And that's the reason why to this day, I don't call Tom Brady the GOAT, because I feel like he had a lot of things that helped him. Like, to be honest, a lot of people talk about Pat Mahomes, like they say the baby GOAT and they both on Madden. To me, Pat Mahomes is more of a GOAT. And the reason I say that is, to me, he does more for his team than Tom Brady ever did for the Patriots. Let's be real. If Pat Mahomes is off the Kansas City Chiefs and you put a Tom Brady or a quarterback that doesn't have that strong arm, that can't do all of the things that Pat Mahomes can actually do, because that year they won a Super Bowl, I think he threw like 50 touchdowns, something crazy. Like, let's be real.
He won MVP.
He did more for his team than Brady ever. Like, that first year in 2001, go look up Tom Brady's stats. His stats weren't. He was the backup quarterback. He was Nick Foles in that situation. They brought him in to manage the game. Yeah. He was Nick Foles. Let's be real. And that's why they call him Mac Jones, the new Tom Brady. It's a reason why people are comparing Mac Jones right now as a rookie to Tom Brady. And what is Mac Jones doing? Throwing 3 attempts passing on Monday Night Football, managing the game. So let's be real. Like, let's put it into context. Let's stop just looking at how many rings somebody has and say, oh, he's the GOAT. Put it in the context of how he got those rings. Was a team on his back when they did it?
Right.
That matters. It's the reason why they call Michael Jordan the GOAT, because he would put the Bulls on his back. It ain't a lot of people that can do that. Right. And Tom Brady, to me, he didn't put the Patriots on his back. He had numerous great players with him. And that's why I say, to me, he's not the GOAT.
So when we put these Super Bowls, and I know people are tired of like me saying this, because if Super Bowls dictate how good your quarterback is, instead of looking at the Super Bowl as a quarterback award, you got to look at it as a team effort. Because if you look at it as just a quarterback achievement, you forget guys that, like I said, because when you put Super Bowls above everything, what's the consistency of that Super Bowl winning quarterback after they win? Let me use an example. I'm going to use 3 examples. And I always use the same 3 examples because they coming into this point. Remember Trent Dilfer and the Baltimore Ravens of 2000? If the Super Bowl ring determined a quarterback's legacy like that, Trent Dilfer wouldn't have got cut right after the Super Bowl.
Nick Foles wouldn't have got cut.
Nick Foles got traded. They chose an injured quarterback over him. And he was the Super Bowl MVP. Joe Flacco won the Super Bowl, got his contract, went back to being one of the worst quarterbacks in the league. And because of him playing bad, you got Lamar Jackson in Baltimore.
The heavy hitters. Y'all getting a heavy, hard-hitting show tonight. Period, point blank.
And we got a $4.99 super chat. $4.99. And I'm a Russell Wilson fan, but this is true. He hasn't been past the divisional round since 2014. Since the Legion of Boom left.
Great comment.
And I consider him a top 5 quarterback. Let's be real. Russell Wilson's a top 5 quarterback. Put Russell Wilson with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and see what's going to happen. I'm going to tell you what's going to, a Super Bowl. Let's be real. Like, let's just be real. Like, people want to play these games. Like, let's be real. Take Pat Mahomes off that Chiefs team and put Russell Wilson with Mecole Hardman, Tyreek Hill, and see what happened. Travis Kelce, Andy Reid as his offensive coordinator or his head coach. Let's be real. We know what's going to happen. The dude's going to be an MVP. He's going to be playing in the Super Bowl. Let's be real. And you put a lot of these quarterbacks on the Seahawks because, to be honest, Russell Wilson is a great comparison to a guy like Matt Ryan because he's dealing with the same exact thing in Seattle. No offensive line, no defense, no help. I don't care how good you are as an individual. And look, KStylzz, whoever brought up Russell Wilson, that was a great name to bring up. As a
shout out to Brandon Levy for that.
What is Russell Wilson what is Russell Wilson? What type of quarterback is he? A mobile quarterback. Everybody says having a mobile quarterback would change the Falcons' fortunes. Well, how well has Russell Wilson did being able to run without a defense, without an offensive line, without a running game? Hasn't gotten them anywhere. And that's my point. I don't care how good you are as an individual in the game of football. You can be the best quarterback in the league if you don't have guys around you. And that was the point I was making about Pat Mahomes. You put Pat Mahomes on the Seahawks, they're not going to do much better with no offensive line protecting them. We've seen that in the Super Bowl. He could do nothing. Even with Tyreek Hill, even with Travis Kelce, even with all of his weapons, without his O-line, he couldn't do anything. They didn't score a touchdown. Go ahead, KStylzz.
And I'm glad you just said that too. There's two quarterbacks that nobody named as far as being the NFL passing leaders the last 2 years.
Woo!
The NFL passing leaders the last 2 years. A lot of people don't. Most of them probably know, but Deshaun Watson,
mobile quarterback,
Jameis Winston. Both of them didn't make the playoffs, and they was the NFL leading passers.
To the left.
So when you look at those two cases, is the team very important? Where you can have two guys that lead the league in passing, but don't make the playoffs.
He went 4-12.
He went 4-12 and led the league in passing. When you knew he needed a team. And we talking about a complete team. We're not talking about just weapons on offense. You got to have a complete defense. You got to have an offensive line to protect you. You got to have some capability at wide receiver. You need a defense that can get sacks. You need a defense that can get turnovers. You need a punter that can pin them in the 20. You need a field goal kicker that can hit those field goals when you need them. He said, we too young to remember Dante Culpepper. Shit, Dante Culpepper was only relevant because Randy Moss was out running everybody.
Yeah, no. He just throw the ball deep.
That's all he did was just this. Randy Moss just did this, and that was his signal. Throw it here. Yeah. And we forget Drew Brees had 5,000-yard passing seasons and made the playoffs maybe once out of those 5 seasons, maybe twice.
One of those seasons he went through for 5,000. They were 7-9. They missed the playoffs one of those years.
They went 79 3 times in 4 years
in a row.
Context, people. Context. That's why. That's why when we say about rings and records, you got to look at the context. You can't just say, "Oh, this team was 1-9." A lot of these teams. Look, we can say this. This is why I say context is important, and this is why we have channels like this. Is because you can see 1-9 and just say, "Oh, they suck," but if you're saying 1-9 and if the team was losing games 10-13, 13, 13-11. It's like you're looking at a team that has a great defense, but if they get a running back or they get a quarterback, they get an offensive lineman, they can easily turn that record around. So this is why context is important. Even in the Falcons, we look at the Falcons last year, 4-12. All people saw was 4-12, but you completely ignore the fact that in 9 of those games, it was a possession away from winning those games. Context. And that's all we ask for. Context. Don't just look at a quarterback or look at a running back. You gotta look at the entire picture.
Those 8 plays, like I said, was the biggest difference between the Falcons being 14-2 and 4-12.
I'm sorry, but somebody said Donovan McNabb didn't have a receiver, but I'm not going. I'm gonna say it to it like this. Donovan McNabb had less weapons than Michael Vick. Am I right?
I'll say it was about the same. I'll say it was about the same. To me,
he has some good running backs. He had running backs.
He had, let me see.
John Runyon was a Pro Bowl tackle, and they have some good linemen. So
I'm talking about receivers. I ain't talking about
other than Terrell Owens, he didn't really have any receivers. But I don't think when Vic was here, other than Roddy White, when he was the tail end of Michael Vick, he really didn't have wide receivers either. Right. So I don't know if that's the best comparison, but I'll say neither one of them had a lot of weapons. To be honest, like it was a miracle that they were making an NFC Championship every game, and that was because of coaching. What we say, coaching matters. The reason that the Eagles was in the NFC Championship game pretty much every year was a great offensive line, and Brian Westbrook and Andy Reid, and a great defense.
They had good tight ends. So I like even
I don't know.
That's
it's kind of a tricky thing though. It's kind of tricky. They were kind of same. I didn't think about it because all I thought about was Freddie Mitchell. Sorry ass.
They weren't great. If you talking about Hall of Fame receivers outside of T.O., they didn't have. If you're saying that,
they didn't have
but outside,
I think that's why I was trying to go with. That's why I was trying to go with. Because a lot of guys on that offense weren't really considered Hall of Famers outside of the tackles. Like you said, John Runyon and Trey Turner. Was it Trey Turner or Trey Turner? I forgot how he used to say
I think his name was Trey Turner.
I think he changed his name to William Turner or something.
Yeah.
But the one thing that the Eagles did have over the Falcons was that goddamn defense.
There you go.
That defense. Brian Dawkins, Lito Shepherd, Sheldon Brown,
Jeremiah Trotter,
Javon Curse, Hugh Douglas, Corey Simon, boy,
Steve Spagnuolo. They had a loaded coaching staff.
Yeah, Michael Lewis. Boy, that defense was stacked.
Trent Cole on the edge.
Deuce. I forgot about Deuce. Man, they had
Deuce Staley. Yeah.
Hey,
and then they had good corners as well. They had great corners as well on that team. Bobby Taylor. They had some players on that team. Lito Shepherd. They had a squad.
Hey, who's the NFLPA president at the time? Not Bobby Taylor, but it was what the fuck his name is? His face is. I got his face right here. I know
what you're talking about. He was a corner as well on their team. I can't think of his name, but they had like 2 Pro Bowl corners on their team. You talking about?
The fuck is
I know who you're talking about. I can't think of his name right now.
I can't think of his name, but yeah. And you forgetting about Jerome McDougal before he got hurt.
Troy Vincent.
Troy Vincent. Yeah. That's what I'm thinking about. But we got this $5 super chat by Man Cold TV says, hold on, you put Brady on the Falcons with all the weapons the Falcons have had since Matt Ryan got here. We win at least 2 or 3 chips.
You're talking about, you keep talking about the offense. We still talking about defense, and we ain't had no defense.
Exactly. We ain't had
we always had
corner.
Everybody keep talking about weapons. Everybody, he had Julio, he had Tony Gonzalez, and right away. What about the offensive line? What about the defense? What about the special team? What about the coaching? Context, people.
Context.
This ain't fantasy football. This ain't gonna win.
But you gotta remember, even though he did have those weapons, he was still getting hit. Them offensive lines weren't great. They were great at running the ball. That's the one thing the Falcons have always had was a good offensive line that knew how to run block. Pass blocking was a whole nother thing.
I completely agree with you, KStylzz. I mean, you can say maybe he wins 1 Super Bowl or maybe he gets to a Super Bowl, but winning a Super Bowl, every team that we've played had a better all-around team or a better defense. Like even if you go back to 2012, we played the San Francisco 49ers. That defense was legit. You got Patrick Willis. You got Navarro Bowman. You got Alden Smith on the edge. You see what I'm saying? You had guys, the safety that they had on their team. I think what was the safety that played? They had 2 good safeties on that San Francisco 49 team. I think one of them wore number 31. I can't think of his name.
Oh, Dante Whitner.
Dante Whitner, and then they had the other guy that was he used to hit everybody and get interceptions all the time. He was like a ball hawk, number 38. I can't think of his name.
That was Deshaun Golston.
So they had a squad. You know what I'm saying? Pretty much every team that Matt Ryan's ran up against, they were stout. You had a Kaepernick. You had on that team Michael Crabtree. You had a Frank Gore in the backfield. And they were just good in the trenches. Pretty much every team we ran up against. And then even in the Super Bowl, you look at that team with the New England Patriots, we know what they are on defense in the trenches. Like, let's be real. And we know what they are on special teams. We know what they are on offense. So I don't know if I can easily say that. I could say maybe Tom Brady gets to a Super Bowl, but winning a Super Bowl,
it's not a guarantee.
Yeah, I don't know.
Our defense, we look.
Not with the defense we had. Because you gotta remember, even that Super Bowl defense wasn't good.
No, 26 overall, something like that.
I ain't gonna say it wasn't good. I just let me put this in perspective here. We're talking about NFL rankings as far as NFL rankings. So, that's the main thing everybody likes to look at. It was like a sub 20 defense as far as points and yards allowed. But the one thing they did do was they got key stops. That's the one thing they did. They got key stops. But when a lot of people talk about defenses, they're looking at, okay, they rank 20th or 5th or something in the defense department. You forget that Falcons defense was ranked 26th in the league.
Let me ask you guys this. We've all seen Matt Ryan make a couple of mobile throws, and I don't think any throw that is more mobile and more accurate than that Super Bowl throw to Julio Jones. Do you guys really think Tom Brady in that position, in that same exact play that Matt Ryan, he evaded the contact, he ran, he escaped the pressure,
no contact,
and he threw. What you guys think Tom Brady gonna do in that instant? Let's be real.
Get that. I'm gonna tell you what's gonna happen.
I'll tell you exactly what's gonna happen. If Tom Brady get touched, he going down. He won't voluntarily go down.
This is stuff we're talking about. These are the things people don't like to discuss.
Right.
Tom Brady is not escaping that pressure. And this is the thing we're talking about with Matt Ryan. People say he's not mobile. It's not true. We've seen it time and time again where he escaped pressure. Do you think even in the NFC Championship when he ran through the he ran for the touchdown, you think Tom Brady doing some shit like that? Let's be real. Do y'all really think Tom Brady gonna run?
Hey, I was about to say too. We talking about that Super Bowl again. We're gonna talk about that Super Bowl again. There was 3 or 4 plays, and this is Jude's favorite thing. This is what we like to say. There was 3 or 4 plays. Hell, you can even go back to that 2012 championship game against the 49ers. What was one of the biggest plays that cost the Falcons that game? Left foot Douglas. Y'all remember left foot Douglas? Y'all remember left foot Douglas who tripped on his own feet in a wide open pass that would have been a touchdown? Let's look at that Super Bowl.
But KStylzz, you know what's crazy? You bring up those 3 to 4 plays I always talk about in the game. But this is why me and Mike said that Tom Brady is one of the most luckiest guys. I don't know what it is. The sports guys is on his side, but his players make the plays when they're there to be made. What happened when the Seattle Seahawks decided that they were going to throw a slant instead of get a ball to beast mode on the 1-yard line?
Pick. And guess
Malcolm
who benefited?
Actually caught the ball. He didn't drop the interception, Eric Harris. He caught it and ended the game. He didn't drop the ball, Robert Alford. He caught it. That's the difference. You see what I'm saying? Robert Alford had a chance to get 2 interceptions in that Super Bowl. I love me some Robert Alford. But what happened? The
second one, Julian Edelman, by the graces of his pinky, caught the ball over 3 defenders. Let's talk about another play. When has the Patriots defense ever gave up 2 2-point conversions in less than 4 minutes that led to tying the game? Who missed the block that caused the fumble that changed the whole momentum of the game? Like I said, it's a lot of stuff that play into these games. Like I said, we can look at it and say, well, this is a quarterback. Like Manco here says, the quarterback matters. But if you don't have a complete team, it don't matter what that quarterback does if your team ain't complete.
That's our point. That's what I was talking about with Pat Mahomes. We talked about it. Like, I don't care how great you are as an individual. That means nothing. I've talked about it numerous. We flip it to basketball. We don't want to talk about football anymore. You look at Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan was the best player in the league, probably when he stepped foot in the league, to be real. But I'll say maybe 88 is when he was the best player in the league. He didn't win his first title until 91. It's a reason for that. The Pistons weren't better than him individually. One player on their team individually in the league that was better than Michael Jordan. But as a team, the Pistons were better than the Bulls until they got Scottie Pippen, until they got guys that could rise to the occasion with Michael Jordan. Being and we know in basketball, one individual player can do a lot more than in football. But even with Michael Jordan, as great as he was, he needed the guys around him. He needed guys to come along with him. And that's what Matt Ryan is missing. Let's be real. That's the reason why we talk about wide receivers not getting open. It's not to talk bad about Zacchaeus. It's not bad to talk bad about guys like Russell Gage, because to be honest, those guys are going toe to toe every week without their number one guy there. Without Calvin Ridley, those guys are stepping up and being that next man up. But we talk about these guys not getting open because Matt Ryan needs that to be able to win. I don't care how good Matt Ryan is by himself. If he don't have the teammates that he needs and he don't have the weapons around him, it's irrelevant. Doesn't matter.
No. So the man, and this was actually one of the things I was gonna get to. Yeah, the Tuck rule made Brady a starter, because if you looked at that game, nobody ever heard of the Tuck rule. They said the Tuck rule was a rule that was used back in the 40s. Nobody knew about. Tom Brady is the reason why you can't hit quarterbacks now. He got a knee injury. They said the NFL said you cannot touch a quarterback no more. Am I right?
Exactly. So let's put all of that. When we talk about Tom Brady being the GOAT, next time we talk about Tom Brady being the GOAT, I want y'all to put it in the context, and let's talk about he had the Tuck rule that worked for him. He had the Seattle Seahawks that refused to run the ball on the goal line to win the game. You had the Falcons that could have ran the ball or kicked the field goal to put the game, to ice the game.
He had Donald Trump to get a politician to bury the Spygate away. Y'all want to talk about that? Y'all want to talk about
Deflategate. Gate. We fired the guys that was putting the air in the football. Let's be real. Let's put all of, like, if we bring up all of them asterisks, let's be real. Is this man still the GOAT?
That's at least 5 Super Bowls right there alone that got asterisk to it.
That's my point. But we never bring that up. And that's why I say fans stay on the surface level. All we say is he the GOAT. He got 7 rings or 6 rings, however many rings he got. All we talk about is his rings. I've never heard the media say, oh, Tom Brady got 7 rings, but Spygate, but he was suspended because of Deflategate. They don't ever bring up any of that.
Oh, I'm glad you said that too. Because remember, Mike, remember the caller we had Friday. Remember, if y'all didn't see the Friday Night Madness this past Friday, y'all go check that out. Because remember what the main thing the caller was saying. Matt Ryan was only relevant because of Matt Bryant. Let me ask you this. And he kind of changed his tune when I brought up Justin Tucker, Chris Boswell, who saved Ben Roethlisberger a lot. Adam Vinatieri is one of the most clutch kickers.
Jason Elam hitting 60-something at Mile High Stadium.
Yeah. So, but at the end of the day, well, he did kick the win. He did kick the winners. But what happened? But like I said, what he said Matt Ryan was irrelevant because he kicked the game, because Matt Bryant kicked the game winners. But when we brought up Adam Vinatieri, he said, well, Tom Brady got him down there.
Sound like moving the goalpost to me.
You got that's moving it way back. So I'm like, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make a petition. We're gonna trade. I'm gonna make a petition to trade Matt Ryan. We're gonna trade Matt Ryan to the New Orleans Saints, or we just gonna trade him. And because he sucks so badly, since a lot of people say he sucks so badly, you do realize for a suck quarterback, you get nothing for him, right? So you can kiss that second, third, fourth round pick goodbye. I'm just using this as a hypothetical here. So
I mean, he does suck now. He does suck.
And like I said, Matt Ryan's the worst quarterback the Atlanta Falcons franchise have ever had. But remember that. You gotta remember that now. But we can trade him. But then we owe him $45 million for the next 2 years. So that kills your cap some more. Then you gotta worry about Julio's cap number next year, which is 15. So now you're already down 55 to $60 million. Hey. Like you said, it's the context. Like you say, it's the context.
We've been saying it for years. The Falcons don't deserve Matt Ryan. Let's be real. We want the man gone, but all the guy has did is won an MVP, led us to a Super Bowl. Like, what else you want? The man did pretty much everything in his career but won a Super Bowl.
Right.
One rookie of the year. Like, at this point, like I said, one thing that I can say though for Matt Ryan, if he does win a Super Bowl, it's gonna be that much sweeter that everybody's against him. Because when you got the whole world against you, it makes it that much sweeter when you win.
Hey, I got a question too, and I know y'all about tired of me in these questions. What if they got rid of Matt Ryan and he won a Super Bowl somewhere else?
No, I don't want to think about that. Next question.
But look, but this kind of negates what the narrative is. Going to one Super Bowl ain't nothing.
Man, let's get him off the screen. He don't deserve
exactly.
No, but I say, like I said, if you go to one Super Bowl, now you may say if it win it, would you? So what it's saying is you want multiple Super Bowl appearances.
KStylzz, we're gonna fight it with this. We just told him. He said going to one Super Bowl ain't nothing, right? Mm-hmm. So Aaron Rodgers is nothing. He played in one Super Bowl. He won it, but he only played in one. So he's nothing. Drew Brees is nothing.
Joe Flacco. Right now, nothing. Patrick Mahomes.
Exactly.
The only quarterback still playing right now that went to multiple Super Bowls is Tom Brady and Ben Roethlisberger. Hey, I say we might well go ahead and start winding it down.
Yeah, because a man code might got a headache.
Hey, Mike, remember he's one of those views, just like the rest, just like the other few. That's why I'm not even tripping.
I see.
Yeah, he's one of those views. That's one of the sugar babies I was talking about last night.
Before you shut it down, KStylzz, I want us to answer one question that I see in the chat here. And I'm just opened up for all of us to answer this question, even though the question was sent, it said at Jew. And I guess I'll go ahead and answer it first, but I want you guys to answer it too. And I want to hear what you guys' thoughts are on this as well, since this is the Heavy Hitter show. But personally, I do think that it's possible with Arthur Smith here at the helm to get us to a Super Bowl or for us to win a Super Bowl. And that's the reason that I'm fighting so hard. Look, me and KStylzz said that this team is going to make the playoffs. Not Mike. Y'all stop getting mad at Mike. Me and KStylzz said this was a playoff team. Mm-hmm. And I'm sticking by that. And the reason that I'm sticking by that is we've seen the New York Giants as a wild card twice get to a Super Bowl and win a Super Bowl. I do think that it's possible with Arthur Smith here for this Falcons team to win a Super Bowl. Will that be this year? Probably not. But before Matt Ryan's career is over, I think Matt Ryan still has a good 3 years left in the tank. If they build this team the correct way, they build an offensive line, if they go out and draft a couple running backs, if they go out and build the trenches on the defensive side of the ball, I do think that this Falcons team can win a Super Bowl. I do think that Arthur Smith and Terry Fontenot are the right guys because we see what they're trying to build. We see that they're trying to make this team a more physical team and get away from the finesse. We're going to win off of Matt Ryan's arm, throwing the ball 50 and 40 times a game. and they're trying to go back to the traditional, we're going to run the ball, we're going to be physical in the trenches. That's what they're trying to change this over to. We see with the New Orleans Saints, they're physical, their front seven is physical, and it's been physical for the last decade. That's the reason they got a Super Bowl. It's a reason why Bounty Gate existed. They were physical. They tried to literally injure Brett Favre in that NFC Championship game. If that ain't physical, I don't know what is. Mm-hmm. So I definitely think that we have the right guys at the helm, and I do think that Arthur Smith can win a Super Bowl with Matt Ryan, and it doesn't have to be off of the arm of Matt Ryan, and that's what I think people are missing. Mm-hmm. I'm watching Mac Jones right now for the Patriots as a rookie. They're the number one seed in the AFC right now with a rookie quarterback. And the reason is because what KStylzz said in the last previous shows and what Mike said on the previous show that they did when they were talking about quarterbacks. If you build the trenches, you build from the inside out, you can win. You don't need a great quarterback to win a Super Bowl. And that's why we bring up Nick Foles. We bring up Brad Johnson. We bring up Trent Dilfer. You don't need a great quarterback. You just need a great team. You need a great team to win, not a great quarterback. You need a great team, a good coaching staff, good players on all levels, defense, special teams, offense. And Matt Ryan is above average quarterback. To me, Matt Ryan is an elite quarterback. But if you guys want to say at this point he's declining, okay, Matt Ryan is above average quarterback. He's better than most quarterbacks in the league. You can't name 10 quarterbacks or 15 quarterbacks in the league right now that's better than Matt Ryan. So you can win a quarterback. If Nick Foles can win a Super Bowl, Matt Ryan can win a Super Bowl. Trust me. So we just need to build a team around Matt Ryan. That's what we really need to do, is build the trenches on both sides of the ball that'll protect Matt Ryan, run the football, and we can win. We've seen it done with John Elway late in his career, with Terrell Davis, and with a solid defense. If he can win a Super Bowl in his late 30s, Matt Ryan can win a Super Bowl in his late 30s. And I'll leave it at that.
I'm gonna kind of use a comparison like this. I don't know if anybody's familiar with history as far as certain figures and stuff like that. I kind of look at this as kind of like the Sengoku Jidai period.
Yeah, you just saying.
Yeah, basically the three unifiers of Japan.
Oh,
I'm finna go there. But the thing about it, this is what we're saying as far as laying down the foundation. You got Oda Nobunaga, who was the one main unifier. He laid the foundation for the other two to take over. Instead of looking at this as an opportunity of laying a foundation to build an empire. And to be honest with you, I don't think a lot of people are really ready for that rebuild.
Mm-hmm.
Because like I said, just by seeing how folks are reacting to this team right now, I don't think these people are really ready for a rebuild.
They not.
Because what's going to end up happening is, because when a rebuild comes, expect another at least 2 or 3 losing seasons. They not ready. Like I said, Oda Nobunaga laid the foundation. You had Toyotomi Hideyoshi, who came in and built off that. And then you had, but when both of them died, then you had Tokugawa Ieyasu, who was the guy who benefited off of both of those guys and led an empire that lasted 250 years.
You went deep on us, KStylzz. You gave us a real history lesson right there. I don't know if they caught that.
Because a lot of people don't know. Oda Nobunaga was one of those guys that was hated, but he was an innovator. Then the guys came behind him and built on that, and then they came up with their own policies. And like I said, they built an empire. So the real question you got to ask a lot of these people are, you want to rebuild? Are you ready for it?
You ready to be the Jaguars?
You ready to be the Jag? Like I said, you ready to be the Jag? Y'all really ready to be the Jaguars? Now you can say, well, we've been the Jaguars. Now y'all haven't seen a rebuild yet.
You ready to be the New York Jets? Because I ain't.
These folks don't know what to see. That's the one thing that we say about the Braves. And this is why we always say about the people with the Braves that are like the real fans that went through that rebuild. that went through it.
Tell them,
And see where it
when you
led
do a
to this year.
rebuild, it ain't no playoffs. It ain't no hopes of the playoffs. You ain't in the hunt when you rebuilding. When you rebuilding, you the Houston Texans.
Right.
You already eliminated. You already mathematically eliminated.
Right. because like I say, in order to rebuild, you got to get rid of everybody. That's Matt Ryan got to be gone. Fourier got to be gone. Debo got to be gone. Grady got to be gone. Jake Matthews got to be gone. So, like I said, you be losing with Matt Ryan right now. But are you really ready for the rebuild? Because some of y'all asses ain't got that much patience with this team right now as it is.
Tell them you could be in the hunt, or you can be saying 1, 2, 3 Cancun. Let's get ready for the off season.
Because this one thing I will say before we wrap it up. It'd be funny as hell to see what happens if the Falcons make the playoffs this year. I think a lot of people will be pissed off, bro. I ain't gonna tell you no lie. I think a lot of people gonna be mad as hell if they make the playoffs this year. And if that happens, I will be laughing at everybody.
Yeah, buddy.
I'm laughing at everybody.
And then if this team make the playoffs, I want to see what Kurt Warner got to say then.
That's all I got. That's all I gotta say.
The next thing will be he ain't gonna win a Super Bowl though.
Hey, but you gotta remember, with him, the main thing is getting to the playoffs with him. Because since we ain't made it in 3 years,
right?
Ain't like we ain't made it in 20 years. Would you rather miss the playoffs for 3 years or miss it for 20 years? I'm just gonna ask you. And like I said, you can put yes or no's in the chats before we get off. Would you have had a team that missed the playoffs for 3 years or 20 years? Look at Buffalo. Okay, so we're gonna save that. Like I said, if nobody answers that right now. Oh no, I'm gonna ask you, Mike. Would you rather have a team that missed the playoffs for 3 years?
Man, I'm not asking.
Or 20 years?
Answer.
Just say yes or no.
What the hell no? I don't want to listen no damn. I don't want to watch this crap. Do I look like I want to watch damn Joey Harrington for 20 years? Are you crazy?
Boy, y'all think the stadium empty now, boy.
Like I said,
I don't want to watch Joey Harrington for 20 years.
Like
no,
I said,
sir. I'm good
like
on
I
that.
said, y'all acting like the Falcons that missed the playoffs in the last 20 years. So what it sounds like to me is y'all can deal with a team that missed the playoffs for 20 years. Shit, hell no, they can't even deal with a team missing the playoffs for 1 year. What the hell am I talking about? But let's go ahead and wind this down. Shit, I gotta go to work in the damn morning. Yeah, because I see quite a few people that talked about how bad this team been in for the last 5 years, talking about they rather have 3. But let's go ahead and wind it down. Because I see Real Lou talking about the stadium gonna be packed when the next quarterback comes, but hey, be honest with you, I don't give a damn.
Damn egg. Go suck a damn egg. That's what you damn do.
Hey, look, I say it like this because I'm a fan of the logo. I ain't worried about the player. Y'all may be fans of the player.
Worried about a quarterback. We up here worried about the team getting better.
We worry about a team getting better. If the quarterback is the only thing that makes the team better, with limited parts, I feel sorry for y'all, boy. Y'all gonna get that quarterback killed. But we're gonna go ahead and wind it down for the night. Man, boy, we had another show. Well, these shows starting to get longer now, boy. About 2 hours, 14 minutes on their ass. And
I told y'all about the heavy hitters, boy.
oh, we coming. Well,
That man here, that boy obsessed. Boy, you need a damn what like what's wrong with you?
I mean, you gotta remember. Hey, Mike, remember what we saw yesterday?
Yeah, I see. Like, you need Jesus. You need hallelujah, Lord. You need hands on you. You need an exorcism. That's all that boy seeing that night, boy. He like damn like
you said
that dude.
What
he's seeing it now like that's all he's seeing. That boy obsessed that night. What's wrong with this dude? Well,
hey man, hey, like I said, the only way you gonna, that's the main reason why the fan base don't like the Falcons is because of number 2.
That man Freddy Krueger in his dreams, boy. That's all he see.
Hey, so my question, so now I ain't even gonna ask the question. I just say it like this. I just say it like this. Hey, you ain't gotta like them. Like I said, there's plenty of teams that got quarterbacks that you might like. Because it's gonna be a possibility that this guy's gonna be around for another 2 or 3 years.
Yes, I can almost guarantee you.
No, you know what? I'm gonna ask a question. So if Matt Ryan gets an extension for another 2 or 3 years, how long is it gonna be before y'all jump off the bandwagon and join another team?
Oh, they already the Atlanta Panthers. That's all.
Hey, you said they already got their bags packed. They like shit.
Mm-hmm. They already the Atlanta Panthers. They already Atlanta Panthers.
Nah, they're gonna be New Orleans Saints fans. That's what's gonna happen.
Oh, New Orleans.
They're gonna be New Orleans Saints fans. They're gonna be Tampa Bay fans.
The Atlanta Saints. That's what they are.
They're gonna be Chicago Bears fans.
They're gonna have one of them jerseys. They're gonna be Chicago Bears on this side.
Hey, look, the front of the jersey gonna have Tom Brady on this side, Justin Fields on this side, and the back of the jersey is gonna have Jameis Winston, and then it's gonna have Matt Jones, and then they're gonna throw Lamar Jackson right here on the side. They're gonna have the only jersey that has like the number right here on the side, right here.
Oh man.
We're gonna call it look, they're gonna be the New Orleans Buccaneer Bears.
Oh boy! All right, we need to go, man. Hold on.
This the one tonight. Hey, like I said, this is a better option for y'all too. The whoever wins the Super Bowl fans. That'd be the best option for y'all.
That's it.
Look. I tell all them over here, all the views and stuff. Like I said, you could just be the whoever wins the Super Bowl fan. You ain't gotta worry about no losing seasons. Goodness. Look, you ain't gotta worry about no losing seasons. You ain't gotta worry about no rebuilds. You ain't gotta worry about the quarter. You ain't gotta worry about talking shit about a quarterback you don't like, that you don't want to see no more. You just be a fan of the team that wins the Super Bowl. That's the easiest way to do it.
The Green Bay.
I'm gonna advocate for that. I'm advocating that for all them.
Oh my God!
Like I said, G. Lou, Stone Decatur, Alexander. I see y'all in there. Y'all said y'all could be fans of the team that win the Super Bowl.
The Green England Sea.
Like I said, y'all, and that's just a little bit of y'all. I ain't seen the rest of y'all, but yeah, like I said, you ain't gotta worry about no rebuild. You ain't gotta worry about Matt Ryan no more. You ain't gotta worry about the Falcons and their fan base and empty stadiums. Because if you a fan of a team that wins Super Bowl, the stadiums is always filled.
We done started something now. Oh,
hey, you know how we do over here. We always start something. Major Green said that the New Orleans Falcons. Tony Hawk came with the Pittsburgh Titans. The Los Angeles Jets. Hey, look at all these teams you can be proud of.
Oh my God.
The New England Buccaneers. The Green Bay Seahawks.
Oh my goodness. Oh man.
The New York Browns. Yeah, like I said, you
Oh,
got
Lord.
plenty of
New
these
Chicago Buccaneers. Wow, y'all. Wow.
But the LA Jets. You might well have the London Raiders in that bitch.
That man said the
Atlanta
Bucco Ravens. All right, we good. Dude, you gotta take us out, man. Oh my god.
Hold
man.
on. I'm gonna take out. Let me just say one more thing. Like I said, just be a fan of the team that wins the Super Bowl.
Boy.
Like I said, if you're not, like I said, if Matt Ryan is your issue, like I said, you could be the team of the Super Bowl winners. Like I said, I'm gonna say it one more time. You ain't gotta worry about Matt Ryan no more. You ain't gotta worry about the Falcon Stadium being empty.
You ain't gotta worry about being depressed no more.
You ain't gotta worry about depression no more. Like I said, you can be happy. See, we're giving y'all solutions to be happy with y'all. We giving y'all solutions. That's all we do, AFN. We give solutions.
Mm-hmm.
Man, these food coming out with all kinds of that. Man, we about to turn this shit out. Like I said, we appreciate everybody tuning in, man.
Oh, boy.
The Giant Patriot Jets. Wow.
The Cincinnati Browns, the San Francisco football team, the London Bears.
Go ahead, Jude. Take us out, man.
Hey, look, man, we just want to thank y'all for tuning in as always. We know we ran over a little bit tonight, but look, man, we try to give what we always say, the stats, the facts, and the truth. We know what the media, like I said, they have a story they got to tell. They have narratives. We're going to tell you the truth, and we're going to give you the facts. We're going to give you the stats, what the media hides. We're going to give you the context of what the narratives that they're giving you. We're going to give you the context. We're going to tell the whole story. Like they always say, it's two sides to every story. Look, we're going to give y'all the full story. So at the end of the day, like I said, we appreciate y'all tuning in. If y'all didn't hit that like button, please hit that like button on this video. Please share out this content as well. Make sure y'all hit the subscribe button on all of our channels. Mad Mike Sports, Atlanta Falcons Nation, TalkSports, 6-Man, KStylzz, like Twisted Torch TV. Y'all make sure y'all check everybody out. All of the shows throughout the week. Y'all tune in.
Everybody,
Mondays.
You can access everybody's channel on the website. Everybody has a turn up on the website. You go to AtlantaFalconsNation.com so you can access everybody's channel and subscribe from there. Like if you don't want to search it, go to AtlantaFalconsNation.com. Everybody has a tab so you can, check out not only the content. We still updating the site so we can put everybody's content up there, but check out Atlanta Falcons Nation. Oh, I did too.
Oh my God.
One-stop shop is what he's saying. Go to AtlantaFalconsNation.com so you don't have to go to everybody's individual channel, do YouTube or search it. It's all day on AtlantaFalconsNation.com. So definitely make sure y'all go over to AtlantaFalconsNation.com. But with that being said, I don't know if KStylzz, you had anything else for the night that you wanted to tackle real quick.
Like I said, we just appreciate everybody tuning in. We had a little fun at the end. Goddamn, we've been on 2 hours. Hell, we had to leave with a laugh or something. But like I said, I want to especially thank the views for tuning in tonight. I especially love the views. That we need more of y'all to come in. We not go. Like I said, if you haven't been watching the last few episodes, I'm not explaining what the views are, but we appreciate the views coming in. The sugar babies coming in. We appreciate those. And thank everybody. And like I said, I want to thank the chat as well for helping these views and sugar babies come up with solutions to help them with their anxiety when it comes to the Falcons. They've been giving suggestions, and we're very helpful over here at AFN. But like I said, y'all make sure y'all tune in AFN tomorrow. You're gonna have your boy Noah doing the damn thing.
Yes, sir.
Like I said, AFN is not about agreeing or disagreeing. It's just about coming, but for real, it's just about coming to an understanding on certain things and what can we look at from a fan's perspective, rather it be You disagree, agree with us, or disagree. The main thing we just ask is don't disrespect nobody.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, for those that disagree with us, when there's an opportunity for you to hop on and speak your piece, please do so. Don't type with keyboard 5 fingers of flame and shit.
Mike, you the dumbest man in the world. I can't believe you said that.
Like I said, it's a lot easier to do it in the stream. You ain't gotta have the camera on than it is typing. It'll save your fingers a lot of tension. I'm just saying.
Yep.
But as we say here at AFN, we ain't here to play. We here to stay. You ain't got to go home.
But you got to get the
hell up out of here. Thank you to the views. Thank you to the sugar babies. Thank you to the gold diggers. We definitely appreciate y'all tuning in with us tonight as well. And let me go ahead and highlight this before we get off. Miss Maggie T said, hit the Cash App at $ Atlanta Falcon Nation. Every dollar helps to bring the best content we can for y'all to come in and chop it up with us.
Mm-hmm.
And then make sure y'all enjoy it. But deuces.
Bam.